Israel's new plans for constructing settlements in the occupied Palestine. Ban Ki-moon once again called on Israel to halt the construction. He said, quote, progress towards peace requires a freeze of Israel's construction of settler units. The UN chief spoke after Israel approved plans to build 153 new settler homes in the occupied West Bank. Ban described the move as a provocative act. Ban also said that it's natural for Palestinians to resist against Israel because they are frustrated after half a century of occupation. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu criticized the UN chief's comment, accusing him of, quote, encouraging terror. All Israeli settlements are illegal under international law. Joining us now to discuss this further is Alfred Webre. He's an international lawyer, and he joins us via Skype from Vancouver. Many thanks for joining us here on Press TV, Mr. Webre. Now, do you think the UN Secretary General basically hit at the crux of the matter when he blames the occupation of Palestinian lands as root cause of what we're seeing today?
Yes, I do, because if you go back to 1948, it has been clear and made even more clear as recently as 2014 and 2015 under tribunals of conscience, such as the Kuala Lumpur War Crimes Tribunal, that the state of Israel is illegally and has used war crimes, including crimes against humanity and genocide, in occupying the state of Palestine going back to 1947 and 1948. And that condition of war crimes and illegal occupation has continued with the occupation of the West Bank after the war of 1967. And now, with the further provocation that occurred last week, where Israel has announced that it's building further 150 houses in the West Bank, where in the West Bank now you have 550,000 settlers, as opposed to 350,000 Palestinians in East Jerusalem and 2.5 million in the West Bank. It's a clear and continued aggression by the state of Israel to defeat the international rights of the Palestinian people to their own nation, which goes back to their guarantees in 1947 and in 1948. And now with the UN Secretary General as the responsible administrator of the major international body, the UN, even more weight is given to these international rulings, which are beginning to pile up. So what this does is that it further cements the role of Israel as a rogue nation, whose sole strategy continues to be to engage in aggressive war. These continued occupations and illegal expropriation of land constitute aggressive war under the UN Charter, and at some point, the strategy which is being implemented by Benjamin Netanyahu, who is a member of the War Party of Israel, is going to backfire, because it's coming up against 190 plus 200,000 plus 200 plus nations that are opposed to the policies of Israel. Most importantly, Israel does not have any standing under international law to continue what it is doing.
Okay, we're going to have to leave it there for now. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. That's Alfred Webre, international lawyer, joining us via Skype from Vancouver. Mr. Webre, thank you very much indeed for your comments here on Press TV.
Thank
Now,
you.
the Syrian army has recaptured a